What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, due to popular demand, I am back with my 1984, I think, Chevy Corvette that I purchased for very little money from auction. This thing has been parked what appears to be, 10 plus years easily, probably more. Nitrous, dual quad carburetors, high-rise intake, scoop coming out of the hood. This is honestly a phenomenal car. It could be a phenomenal car, but we've got a lot of work to do to it. And today, my goal is in this video to take this cheap, old, forgotten Corvette, get it back on the road. I want to redo the fuel system. I want to put new tires on it. And I want to take this thing out on the road and attempt what I probably should not attempt, which is driving it at highway speeds 10 miles. So here it is, and we got Nick with us today. He's wearing a Power Tour shirt.
Yeah, finally got it.
Nice shirt, Nick.
Thank you.
All right, so Nick is going to help me because I hurt my leg today trying to push a Cadillac SRX, another cheap car that was supposed to be a run and drive, and it was because I drove it to a parking spot. I never got to test drive it. I came out to mow yesterday, and it doesn't run anymore. Fuel pump.
Of course, like out of anything.
I'm not doing it, Nick. I'm not doing it. I've got so much work to do. I'm not doing it. I'm going to have to pay some. I'm going to try to find somebody to come out here and do it. So this is my super cheap. I think like out the door after auction fees and everything, this thing was like $1,750. And this is not just done for looks. Okay, the flames and stuff are, but these nitrous tanks, this is no joke. Somebody's going to have to tell me what size these are. These are huge. Massive nitrous tanks. It has 3 MSD boxes, all right? And one of them is for timing retard for these nitrous bottles. There are even blankets, like nitrous bottle heaters in here. This is all wired up, and there is nitrous in these bottles.
That's crazy, after like how many years it's been parked.
Yes.
Is it still good?
Yeah, from what I read, nitrous is fine. It's like propane or whatever. It sits in the bottles, and you know it's good to go. I don't think I want to try the nitrous though. Here's the thing: it's really cool. It could be a lot of fun. Oh, good Lord, help me lift this.
Okay.
Yeah, grab that. I am not a nitrous kind of guy. All right, I'm going to be completely honest with you. That stuff scares the living hell out of me. I got this car real cheap, and this used to have the infamous crossfire injection, which has since long been deleted. It's got a what is that, a 5984. We've got dual Hollies, and we've got an aftermarket fuel pressure regulator. All of these lines running from here to the tank are AN fitting lines. If you run on over to the passenger side, you'll find the solenoids for the nitrous injection over here. All right. In the last video, we got this car running, and I even drove it against its will into the shop. All the fluids look good. The thing actually ran pretty good, but there's some work that needs to be done. One of the things I did off camera, because my shop smelled like gasoline, is I bought a whole new sending unit kit for it, and I installed it. Now, the sending unit kit doesn't come with a fuel pump or anything, because this car is using an external fuel pump along with an external regulator. It's got this weird external filter, a big, massive $300 filter. It's got a $350 fuel pump. There's a lot of money in this car. Here's the thing. This channel is not about spending a lot of money to fix problems. This channel is about finding cheap alternatives to fixing expensive problems. So to do this, we have gone to my favorite place, which is Amazon. This is Amazon's equivalent to the Holley fuel pump. I believe it's a Holley blue or red. I can't remember. It's the one that does like some serious PSI, like 14, 15 PSI, which obviously has to be regulated down to somewhere around probably 5 or 6 PSI for those. This fuel pump, it looks exactly like a Holley, except it's not a Holley. I paid like $60 for this versus $350. Then we have some under the car is some crazy expensive, and they don't make it anymore, fuel filter. It's huge. Like this one, this is nothing compared to the size of the fuel filter that's under is like this, and it's massive. Well, this is by Evil Energy. It's not sponsored, by the way. Evil Energy, holler at me. But this is the closest thing that I could find to the fuel filter that's under the car. We got this for probably $40. All right, and then that's not all. Let's see what's in this box right here. Oh, this is my super cheap, again, probably $40 or $50 for this fuel pressure regulator that's going to replace the one that's in it currently. This is a PQY performance. I don't know. It's an Amazon deal. And this is going to replace the fuel pressure regulator that's in the car currently. So when I said we're going to replace the fuel system, what I meant was we're going to replace the fuel pump. We're going to replace that fuel filter. We're going to replace, this is actually designed for fuel injection. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, if this is even going to work. I'm going to have to do a little more research, but hopefully we can take this and reduce the pressure from the 14 or so PSI that's coming from the pump down to something a little more reasonable, like somewhere between 4, maybe 6 PSI on the high end. And it even comes with this cool little gauge, which is nice. But before we get to any of this stuff, none of this stuff is going to do this car any good because the car is sitting on rotten tires. So here's the tires that are on it. And obviously these wheels are not the original, what did they call them, like salad shooter wheels, which I actually like the salad shooter wheels. I like these too. These are from a more modern Corvette. I don't know, probably a C5 would be my guess. Front tires on this are actually not that bad. The back ones, however, are... There's nothing left of the sidewall on this one, completely rotted from being parked and from sitting for so long. The date code on these rear tires is 2001.
Oh my God.
Nick, what year were you born?
2008.
I want you to think about that for a minute. This kid was born in 2008. These tires
25 years old.
are older than you. Like, your mom was I don't even think your mom was a teenager. No, your mom was 11. Your mother, Nick, was younger than you today when these tires were put on this car. And here's the thing. Tires can tell a lot about a car. You can clearly see these tires actually have pretty good tread on them. That means they don't have a lot of miles.
Yeah.
Which means these tires have been on this car probably for a long time, and the car has been sitting. Probably not too long after 2001. I'd bet somewhere around 04, maybe. This thing has been sitting. So it's if, and only if, these tires and wheels were on this car since then, that means this car has been sitting over 20 years, which is what I thought when I first saw it.
God.
And we got it running already.
True. Yeah.
All right, so let's get started with tires. I do not have a tire sponsor, although I'm working on that. What I did is I went to eBay, and there's a couple companies that I use. One is Priority Tire. Another is, I think, Simple Tire. Simple Tire and Priority Tire. I ended up getting these from 2 separate places. The back ones, I don't even think the back ones match. We picked this Mercedes stuff up and kind of sit it over there by that broken trunk lid.
Yes.
Thank you, Nick. We've got, what are these, foreskins? I mean, Force. These are Force UHP. These are Force too. I got matching tires. Look at me, Nick. I got the car matching tires. So Force, but I did buy these from 2 separate places because the fronts were like one price at one place. The backs were obviously a little more expensive because of how wide they are. But they were much cheaper through a different company. So I ended up getting matching Force tires. I'm not going to film this part because this is rather boring and I've changed tires a million times. Nick and I are going to take probably 45 minutes or so. We're going to pull the tires off. We're going to swap them out. We'll come back, see what the car looks like with some fresh rubber. Mm-hmm. Now, it wouldn't be my channel if something didn't go wrong immediately. I took off 4 of 5 lug nuts. And in the process, realized the 5th one, something doesn't fit right. Something's wrong here. So I looked in the car looking for a spline driver kit. Doesn't have one. The wheel locks are on here without the key. So I figured this would be a good time to show you guys, if you ever end up in a situation like this, don't use this information to jack someone's wheels. But if you ever end up in a situation like this, what you want to do is you want to find a socket that fits that's slightly too small, all right? Especially if you can do an impact socket like this, something you can really beat on. Get yourself a hammer, one of these bad boys, and then you just take it, try to drive it on as straight as possible, which means for me crooked, and just beat it on as little as you have to get it to come off, because you want your socket back. Bingo. Just like this. And what you have is, you'll see I didn't get it all the way on there. Just enough to get this wheel off. Now, what do you do about your socket? I've done this enough. I can do this in my sleep. Use the tools that you already have. Put this back on here. Get it on as far as you can. You don't want to break your stud off if you can help it. Get it on there real good. Get you some vice grips. Clamp it onto the end here. Make sure it's good and tight.
Easy.
Easy. I may have done this a time or two. And then, what do you do with these, Nick? What are you going to do with your wheel locks? Let's see what he comes up with. What do you do with these wheel locks now?
I'll just say put it down like where everything else is at.
I say throw them in the garbage, because you don't have a key to them. They're not usable. Throw them in the trash. Do not put these back on. Then take your tires and, you know, like I said, don't jack someone's wheels. We're going to change our tires. We're going to put them back on with 4, because as good old Puddin's Fab Shop says, if 4 won't hold it, 5 never would. So she's got some new tires on her, man. That was a bit of a bear. These wheels are pretty wide. Those back ones, they're like 10.5, 11 inches wide. Those were some tough tires to get off and to put on. Now that we've got all that done, I think we're going to focus on top side here before we lift it up in the air. We need to remove, this is our nitrous line. We're going to pull that off. These are our fuel lines that are going to the carburetors. We're going to take these off. Obviously, I loosened them before I started filming to save us a little bit of time. And my new regulator does not look anything like this. I mean, it kind of does. It's just, it's way bigger. Way bigger. This is a fairly small regulator compared to this. This is a very different monster. And what I need to do, at least attempt to do, I need to try to get these fittings, and I don't even know if that's going to work. Honestly, I don't know if this is going to work. Lord have mercy. Tell me we're not going to have to reuse this regulator. I am not certain that this regulator is any good, but what I'm seeing here is, I think these are opposite. I think these are backwards. So this one shows fuel rail through these sides here. All right. So this shows, this is weird, supply fuel rail going in to each side. What? And then the return bleed off this way. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. So fuel pressure is going into it and then it just returns. Okay. That's what I get for buying Amazon stuff. Let me look around online and see if I can find anything about this PQY fuel pressure regulator, because that's not going to work. What we need is the fuel coming in through the bottom. We need it coming out through the sides. If that's not what this is, we're going to have to throw this questionable XRP back on, cross our fingers, and hope it works. So that fuel pressure regulator did not work out at all. I figure it's time we move on. We need to address this. This is the fuel line. Just you know, hanging. I think we need to zip tie this or something to make it a little bit safer. All right, so moving on. Oh, we're leaking fuel already. Great. Well, I didn't think there was any gas in this. Hold on. I might have been wrong about that. Let's see what happens here. Nothing. All right, so that one's safe, but the one that's coming from over here may be a different story. There's definitely fuel leaking from here. This runs over to the fuel filter. How bad is this gonna be? Oh yeah, it's a pretty decent amount. Is that it? That's it? All right, no big deal. So then we move up here and we take this line off of this filter. Hopefully nothing comes out of this one either, because this comes directly off the tank. Yeah, tank is empty. All right, so now we take this pump off with a Phillips screwdriver, or this filter, I should say, not pump. Then we come over here, we take the pump off. It's got a couple, looks like 1/2 inches in there. Clip these wires, and we take the new one. And I'm telling you, this looks exactly like this holly blue that I've got, man. I mean, it looks identical. I mean, it looks freaking identical. We just take it off, swap some parts over, and put it back on. I've went ahead and done a lot of the boring and mundane work without you guys. Let's take a peek under here and see what we've done. So, some modifying had to be done, that's for sure. Fuel filter no longer resides here because of how long the other one was. These lines no longer reach, so I had to move it over here. And I know what you're thinking, why not just move the bracket, drill here? I tried that. I am missing about 9 of my drill bits. I don't have the right ones to drill. So I did put this here to hold this in case the zip tie fails, but there is a zip tie here holding that on. Next, this fuel pump did not quite fit exactly the same. I did a little bit of modifying and cutting with a grinding wheel, and I got it to where everything seems to be quite happy. We had to rebend this line as well to get it to reach this fuel filter. And aside from that, that is it. This line remains the same. It is all wired up. Everything is tightened, which means we should be able to take this out of here. And short, sweet, and to the point, we're gonna find out real fast, like quick and in a hurry, if that old fuel pressure regulator is working or not. I'm gonna drop this car down. We're gonna put the battery back in it. I'm gonna kick it on. We're gonna see what kind of fuel pressure this thing is showing up at that gauge. So I left the car up off the ground just enough that it's easier for me to peek under there and see if we have any leaks. We got the battery reinstalled. There's only one thing left to do, and that is turn on the key. Does the fuel pump come on with the key? Oh, you know what? I just remembered something. Nothing in this car works because there is a faulty ground. So before we can do anything else, I have to run a jump pack from the battery over to the alternator. I forgot I needed that cable. I was going to buy an extra cable, slap it in here, and run it over, but I didn't. So, perfect. Give me a few minutes. Let me go grab a booster pack. All right, a couple things. First, I've got the wire for the fuel pump. I just want to make sure that this is going to work. Oh, I hooked it up to the negative. I was like, come on, man. All right, fuel pump works. Oh, come on, good Lord. The ignition's on. Oh, that's nice. Okay, it cranks. There's one very important thing left that I need to do. Before we can check for fuel leaks, we got to put fuel in it because there is none. So give me just a second. Let me grab one of these bad boys, or actually, why don't I just use this thing? We'll pump some gas into this bad boy and we'll see if she runs. Moment of truth. We're going to find out pretty quickly if this regulator is toast or not by hooking up the pump. We now have 5 gallons of gas. There it goes. Oh, that is 12 psi. That's over 12 psi. And that's what I was afraid of. You can hear those carburetors. Yeah, that's 15. That's too much. Absolutely too much, which means that regulator is not working. Perfect. Boy, that is a lot. Wow, that is a really loud pump. Great. Well, that puts a damper on things. That puts a real damper on things. Let's take a look under here and see if anything is leaking. It does not appear there's anything on the ground, so looks like the fuel's getting where it needs to. Let's give her a couple squirts, just see if we got anything coming out of these carburetors. This one, not that one. Again, we had that one working. Now apparently it is crashed out. Let's see if we can get this car to fire up. There she goes. Keep feeding her a little fuel. It's holding around 12 psi. Still too much. Nothing coming out of this one at all. Doesn't run half bad though. Herself out of gas here. She shouldn't run out that quick. Should not have run out that quick. There should still be plenty of gas in there. What happened, girl? There we go. She's not happy. Ugh. I was so hoping this was going to go on a test run today. Uh-oh. Sounds like she's out of gas. Out of curiosity, you think the gas gauge works? Nope. There is nothing happening back there. Perfect. All right, well, to say I'm disappointed would be a serious understatement. I knew this wasn't going to work. In fact, it's leaking. See the fuel pressure regulator? It's leaking right there. And I don't think this one's going to work. I really don't. Where did it go? I mean, I could try it, but I think what's going to happen, yeah, it's going to be just a pass-through. It's going to be just a pass-through. The fuel's going to go straight through from one side to the other. That's it. It's not going to do any good. Damn. I mean, I've got a fuel. Hold on. This is not the way to do it. I've got an old fuel pressure regulator laying around here somewhere. I just don't know exactly how we're going to make it work. Well, I took the fuel pressure regulator apart, and it still likes to leak a little bit, but we got the pressure down. It's actually a little too low. It's about 2.5-ish, 3.6, so I don't know. It's probably around 2.5 psi. I mean, it's enough that it should run, and it shouldn't totally blow up these carburetors or anything. Still trying to get accelerator pumps are trying to work. Just got to keep our eye on it. This should be enough to... Come on, girl. You're gonna make me sit in this thing. That pump is crazy loud too. There we go. Come on, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Yeah. Well, we've got somewhat stable fuel pressure. It is leaking though. Nothing about this is safe. Nothing about this is good enough to take out on the road. And that sucks, as I put these tires on first as like good luck to myself that we were going to take this thing out on a road trip today. Just a short 10-mile run. Pumping the gas, she won't stay running. That sucks, she ain't got no gas at all. Damn. Well, that wasn't good, was it? She backfired strong through that front carburetor there. Let's take a look and see. I mean, fuel pressure is hanging in there. It's nice and low. The jets are working. Frustrating. I know what she needs. What she needs is carburetor rebuild kit. Both these carburetors are trash. That fuel pressure regulator is trash. I was really hoping we'd be able to get by with taking this apart, just kind of putting it back together. That thing's going to keep leaking though. It's not going to get better. I don't even know if you can find this anymore. I'm going to take a look online and see, but I doubt you're going to find that that old school fuel pressure regulator these days. Man, this sucks. This sucks. I feel defeated, and I really wanted to get all this done in a single video. I wanted this thing to be on the road. I wanted to take it out and drive it. The good news is, I think we might possibly be able to move it out of the shop, which is important because I have other cars that need to make their way in here. I'm gonna have to order some parts. Crossing my fingers though. I'm gonna play with it for a few more minutes. And I'm hoping we'll be able to at least drive this thing off the lift and out of the shop, and then hopefully we can drive it back in here and put it on the lift so we can come back and work on it, and maybe next time take it on an actual road trip. I have messed with this thing about as much as I'm gonna have time to mess with it today. This sucks. There we go. Now stay running. Damn it. Okay. All right. Well, I do have some good news. While the fuel pressure regulator is leaking like crazy, I've managed to adjust it down to about 4 PSI instead of 15, which is great. 4 PSI is very doable. So I guess what I need to do is I need to pull off these carburetors. I forgot this thing needs the brakes bled too. The brakes don't really work. I got to pull these carburetors off. They're only operating on the front side, so we got to take them apart. I got to figure out what the part number is on these, order a couple rebuild kits, see if we can't replace a few minor things in here that are probably not working very well. I mean, I don't know. It's not right. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, and it's getting late. I'm a little on the frustrated side today, so I think I'm going to start hunting for some parts. And I'm going to call this video a wrap. I'm always open to ideas and suggestions. If you guys can find that regulator for me, man, drop a link down below in the comments section. show me where to find this thing. I would truly appreciate it, because I cannot find another fuel pressure regulator that has these same AN fittings where I can, I mean, I guess I could always get an AN adapter. That's what I should do. I should just get an AN adapter. Maybe that one that I have will work. I'm not ready to put it on and try it yet. And then we still have the issue with the carburetor, so I'm gonna have to figure out what the part number is on these and see if we can find a couple rebuild kits, and I guess take them apart and see if we can't get this thing to run. This is really frustrating, man. It was running before. It'll run now, but not well, and you saw it shoot, you know, a big old poof right out of the front carburetor, so she's not happy. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.